Hold on. All right, all ready.
Excellent. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our training this morning. Thanks for those introductions, Dana. It's exciting to be with you guys. As Dana just alluded, we're just kind of coming off our first week of launching this business. We're really excited about it. We have had a lot of great new partners and affiliates kind of join us, and as Dana was mentioning, some great rank advancements out of the gate. Again, congratulations to Tyler for being the first 5K. Just to put that in perspective, that's somebody who's putting a comma in their check right out of the gate, which is pretty darn exciting. So what we're going to do in this particular training today is to try to keep it real and raw and informal. I mean, that's just the nature of our community and our culture. But we're going to talk about what it really takes to succeed with My Daily Choice. You know, what it takes to succeed in some of the things you'll want to focus on. And as you can see with this first slide here, with OneTeamWorx, that's our team, and philosophically speaking, we feel very strongly about it. We do feel that being heart-centered and focused on love and caring and empowering people is a really important component of formulating a team within a team. And Dana came up with this OneTeamWorx name. I thought it was brilliant right out of the gate, because we think together everybody achieves more, and we're really excited about that. So this is going to be an organization and a group of people who are going to band together for a better cause, focused on helping each other, empowering others, clearly with the My Daily Choice product line, but just as, if not more important, the distribution opportunity that we have, not only on a domestic basis, but as you're going to hear, accelerate very quickly on an international basis as well. So the one thing I'll mention here before I kind of change slides is that if you're not on our texting service, in other words, if you didn't receive a text alerting you to this Zoom, text the word, all one word, OneTeamWorx to 46786. This is one of the first things that you should do. It's one of the first things you want to, every time you get a new affiliate, just mark that in your mind. That's something you really want to have them do, because it's really going to be our primary communication link as it pertains to events and our team Zooms and so on and so forth. Yes, we have a Facebook page, which you definitely want to plug into. It's a OneTeamWorx Facebook page. If you're not part of that page, reach out to whomever enrolled you or whoever you're working with and ask them to add you, ask them to invite you, to that page, because there is going to be a lot of fantastic content on a regular basis. We're also obviously going to be able to communicate pretty real time with that. But I think the combination of that Facebook page coupled with our texting service will definitely keep you all in the loop. So let me just start off by kind of talking about a company that we can all call home. There's a lot of reasons of why we selected My Daily Choice, but I just want to go over the top 5. Okay. First and foremost, I don't say this lightly, world-class leadership. People in this business, they join people. And in our case, it's no different. We really fell in love with Josh and Jenna Zweigel, not only based on their experience as field affiliates, which was a really important thing. It's important if you're going to represent a company that the people running it know network marketing, and they know it in a really great way. Super smart. Obviously, they have a tremendous track record over the last several years. But just as, if not more important, they've surrounded themselves with a really deep executive staff. A handful, I think there's like 10 different directors right now, everything from their customer service department through their international development, their sales and marketing, sales managers by region, really top high quality people. Kathleen Earl, the chief operating officer, one of the sharpest people I ever come across in terms of evaluating companies. So we got world-class leadership with My Daily Choice. That was the reason number 1. Reason number 2 was really centered around high demand trending products. This is a company that's producing and marketing products that aren't niche products, but products that people really want, products that are trending, products that have markets, that we can gain market share, that are growing exponentially. And obviously CBD is at the top of that list. But these products are in high demand, and what really makes a great product for network marketing, honestly, is a product that may need a little bit of explanation, and CBD is definitely one of those. As far as the timing is concerned, You know, you don't want to really be a part of a company that's either on a downward spiral or flat or just stale or isn't growing. You know, a company that doesn't have a lot of excitement, a lot of rank advancements, putting on good events with good energy. You know, if you represent a company like that, it's much harder to build a business. Whereas if you get involved with a company that's growing, that has great energy, or in the case of My Daily Choice, in momentum, great things can happen. You know, I mean, here lies a company that, as you'll hear over the coming weeks, if you haven't seen already, they've got a roadshow planned for the next 4 or 5 months. They have a national convention that's slated for the end of August, of which they have 6,000 people registered already. So I think we're going to be seeing between 8,000 and 10,000 people at that function. That's called timing, guys. That's called timing. And then the last piece of the timing is the opportunity to build a global business. For those of you who saw the company's address yesterday with Josh, he spoke about the expansion into international markets. He spoke about the 5 countries in Africa. He spoke about what's the forefront of Mexico. He also spoke about Western and Eastern Europe, which from my perspective is probably one of the most exciting facets. I don't know how many countries are in the European Union. I think total Eastern and Western, like 25 or 26 countries. That's a pretty big opportunity. Each country having their own culture, their own pocket of people. And I got to tell you, network marketers in Europe are some of the most dynamic network marketers around. Very highly educated, very passionate, very business oriented, and our timing, we think, is just absolutely spot on. The other thing we looked at was the compensation plan. Now, what I do know from compensation plans in analyzing them and creating them over the years is that they all create a specific behavior. And they all pay out a certain amount. Now, one of the great things about My Daily Choice is they pay out up to 85% of the business volume. To put that in perspective, most companies are between 40 and 45% payout. So it's legitimately like double the payout. And that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's you know, there's an opportunity to make money up front, obviously through the jumpstart bonuses. There's opportunity to make money on the binary part of the compensation plan. And then there's the opportunity to make money on the matching bonuses, which as you dive into the compensation plan and get a deeper feel for it, it's super, super powerful. But what's really great is that you have the ability to work in infinite depth in a binary compensation plan. And on top of that, you talk about the behavior. We want to create like a leadership revolution here, a heart-centered leadership revolution with our team. I believe, and Dana believes, that the binary comp plan really fosters that type of teamwork, you know, and it really puts us and you and everybody else in a position to really, you know, identify leadership and drive and empower that leadership and get compensated when you do it. And that's just not necessarily the case with all companies. And then lastly, the fifth reason we selected the company was really centered around a proven and duplicatable system. This is really important, guys. Okay, you can have the greatest products in the world, a great compensation plan, great people, right? But if there's not a system that somebody, the average person, regardless of their background, can plug into and win, there's going to be a challenge. Like, and so what we have with My Daily Choice, with this amazing online funnel-based automated marketing system, is just that. Anybody can do it. And I got to tell you, just in the first week, some of the feedback that we received from people who have been using it and their excitement levels around it, the people who have been really using it properly, and we'll talk about that here today, are just really super excited. And people are actually enrolling based on that system itself. As a matter of fact, a couple of friends of mine who I just had kind of a business planning session with, that was one of the things they were attracted to. Yeah, they're busy people. And having a system where they didn't need to be the issue. In other words, it wasn't people dependent, it was system dependent, you know, was a really attractive component. So let's talk about this. Let me talk about the pre-launch basics. I'm going to talk to you all as if you're brand new in the business, which most of you are, but brand new to the industry and network marketing. I really want to break this down in simple terms, but I want you to take each point to heart. This all starts with a mindset, guys. Like the mindset of an entrepreneur, the mindset that you can do this, the mindset of somebody who's the success mindset is really going to be important. You know, there was a book that I read years ago that talked about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And the fixed mindset was really somebody who was just going through life and they just like operated on the premise that it is what it is. I am who I am. You know, what's going to happen to me is going to happen to me. And look, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to be in business for yourself, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to have the ability to think, I want to grow. And so when Dana and I kind of brainstormed about what our team philosophy should be, it was all about empowerment. It was all about a growth mindset, meaning let's not only help ourselves grow, but let's help other people grow in the process, and then we'll grow as a result, if that makes sense. So that mindset about launching a business, there should be a sense of urgency behind it. You only have your first 30, 60, 90 days once. So how you reach out, the posture you have, the people you talk to or don't talk to for that matter, all this will play a really significant role in it, okay? So mindset's really important. The second thing I would tell you from a basic standpoint is knowing really why you're doing this. You know, and it's not just like, it can't be just to make an additional income stream. You know, I just want to be, I think there needs to be an emotional why associated with this. You know, there was a woman here in the apartment complex that I just moved into. She's a leasing agent. You know, one of the things that we spoke about when I was talking to her initially, when they didn't understand what I did for a living and why I was just kind of floating around in the middle of the day and stuff like that. But you know, she told me she was recently pregnant. She was like 3 months pregnant. And we just had a nice conversation. It was great. And I says, you know, what are your plans, you know, after, you know, having your baby, you know, and obviously like most people, there may be some downtime, but they have to go back to work. And I says, well, what if there was a way that you could build a business that would put you in a position to stay home with your baby? Like, how would that be? How would that make you feel? I think it was really powerful. You know, we've got to expand upon that conversation incidentally, but that's just one of the dozens of conversations you can have with people to understand what they're really looking for and how the model of network marketing, and specifically with My Daily Choice, can offer them that ability to address some of their challenges, to kind of remedy some of their fears and so on and so forth. But having an emotional why you're doing this, really take that to heart, because that's what you're going to be able to lean on. If you share with others, that could be part of the accountability glue, you know, between team members. So why you're doing it is a really important part. The third thing I'll mention is that, you know, the business to network marketing is a people business. I don't want to discount the fact that what our products are and what we're selling. I think that just becomes natural. I think it's really great that we're trending, you know, we're representing trending products, but understanding that to build a network of people, you have to have the right culture and community, and you have to be willing to go out and talk to people, and a lot of people. And with this particular team, with this particular platform, the power of team is really important. So understand, if you're new to network marketing, that's okay, but understand that you're not in this alone. We're in this together, okay? And so there's an inherent like supporting mechanism, built-in supporting mechanism that you can lean into to help you succeed, whether it's helping you break through that mental challenge of really going next level, or whether it's somebody helping you with that connect call after somebody's gone through the tour and actually, you know, has some genuine interest. And there's lots of different reasons, right? So team is really important. I mentioned about the ongoing, you know, I mentioned about the basis of creating this kind of like heart-centered leadership revolution. I'm not sure if revolution is the right word. To me, some people are kind of intimidated by the word revolution. But what I mean by that is we want to empower people to take ownership of their lives. Okay? It's an interesting dynamic out there in the world. So many people, I feel, are just kind of wandering around trying to find their place in society, trying to find their place within their world. And we believe that, you know, when it comes to business, when it comes to self-sustaining oneself, that taking ownership of your life and, you know, empowering yourself to do better and taking control of your own destiny is a really powerful thing. So we're going to put a lot of emphasis on leadership training and helping people, if they want to, become that leader that ultimately they want to attract. Because it's very difficult to attract somebody that you're not, if that makes sense. So that's going to be a big part of our system. And then the other thing I'll mention before we kind of break this down is it's not what works, it's what duplicates. Okay, so trust the system. We'll talk about that. You know, there's all kinds of ideas people have when it comes to entrepreneurialism and marketing, but what we have here is an absolute proven system. So before we go any further, Dana, do you have any comments at all? I mean, any elaboration you'd like to share with everybody as some of these kind of baseline basics?
My comments are, my biggest thing is I've been super shocked at how easy it is, right? So it's as easy as putting someone's email in. Whereas, not that I'm saying we don't have to do events and connect calls and, connect with people, but at the same time, have them put their email in and take the video tour. And then they're in the tree and then they get the email follow-up system. It's just it's a lot easier than maybe what a lot of us have been used to.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And we'll elaborate a little bit more, guys, when we get to the kind of the system section of this. But if you just keep this really simple, not only you have better results, but you'll attract more people and the duplication will kick in as well. So I think this slide pretty much says it all. It is really important, guys, that you model what you want to duplicate. Over the first 7 days, as we were involved in this kind of pre-launch kind of excitement, lots of people came in, but there was a little bit of confusion as to what that model really should be to duplicate. And we're gonna break this down for you really simple, okay? Understand this, how you enter the business is how your team members will enter the business, okay? So look at this slide here on the left here. You can see that from a rank perspective, you're either unranked, which means you came in with less than 40 points, maybe you just bought a bag of dog treats or something, you got 20 points, that's great, your dogs will love it, but you're unranked in the business. You're not really in the business. There's also a builder, a director, and an executive rank, okay? The builder is somebody that comes in at 40 points, so they pay their $20 affiliate fee, they came in, ordered a 40-point order, and they're a builder. Now, here's what happens when you become a builder, you're a builder. You earn 30%, okay, in the Jumpstart bonus section of the compensation plan, you earn 30% on your personal enrollees. And you get paid on one level of Jumpstart bonuses, one level, okay? The director position is somebody that says, well, you know what? I come in as director, there's actually a director pack, incidentally, and it's $200, 100 BV. Many of you have ordered that. Understand that you're getting paid 35% on your personal enrollees on the Jumpstart and getting paid 3 levels of Jumpstart bonuses, okay? And if you came in as an executive, which is paying your $20 affiliate fee and ordering 200 points of product, you become an executive, you earn 50% on your Jumpstart bonuses, and you get paid 4 levels of Jumpstart. So the question really you have to ask yourself is, do you want to get paid 30, 35, or 50% on your personal enrollments? And do you want to get paid on 1, 3, or 4 levels on your business as you launch it? This is really a no-brainer, guys. So maybe a little bit of a gut check for some of you. Some of you may just be brand new and you haven't made your place your order. Come in as an executive because that's where you're going to make the most money and get the most leverage. Here's another way to kind of illustrate this. It's kind of like a good, better, best approach. As you go in there and you order your product, you could start with a bottle of CBD for $69, 40. Again, you're going to get paid 30% in 1 level. Or the HempWorx Director Pack, $199, 100 BV, 35% or 3 levels. Or the HempWorx Executive Pack, which is $599, 400 BV, and you get that 50% in 4 levels. Now, just to put things in perspective, you just want to model what you want to duplicate. Yes, you can order 200 points and be an executive. Or we're going to have Dana talk about her unboxing video when we come to that slide. But like if you come in at the HempWorx Executive Pack, you really get a broad array of the products. You can order up to 12 of those CBD products. You're setting yourself up for a really effective live on social for an unboxing. And it's going to duplicate. And if you come in at that package and sell 3, yours is going to be free because at the 50% level, you're going to make $200 for each of those sales. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? That's cool. Okay, good. I hope I'm keeping this really simple for you. Now, obviously, when you're in this business, becoming a product of the product is really important. Becoming a raving fan, creating a story, we're hearing lots of stories is also really important. But here's the other piece of this thing. No matter how you come in, I'm going to assume that everybody's coming in at the executive level because that's the place you got to be to win, I think. You're going to want to set yourself up on auto ship. And so at the executive level, it's required to have a 90-point auto ship. Set it up from the get-go, guys. Start the pattern that you want to duplicate. 90 BB auto ship, it's required at the executive level. As far as becoming a raving fan, I know, Dana, you've experienced a lot of these products. I saw you rubbing on your neck there. I'm not sure if that was the Relieve cream or not, but would you like to share any of your particular stories or any stories that you've been hearing over the last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it again. I could build a global business on this Relief cream alone because I love it so much. Me and Tara would go to California to get a specialized CBD cream that we found at this shop in California. And every single time we would go there for work, we'd have to make a special trip to that shop. And no more. I don't need to anymore because I just found one delivered to my door that I can help a whole lot of people with. So, becoming a raving fan of the product. So the one thing I've noticed is the CBD is the #1 CBD company in the world. They're the #1 CBD company in the world for a reason. So their CBD, it has healing benefits. And obviously we have to be careful, we can't diagnose or treat disease or anything like that, but just be mindful that it's strong and it works. So start writing down the symptoms, start writing down your testimonials, start sharing them in the CBD Lounge Facebook group, because we're going to be building up an ad tag message type of group where you can enter in, we'll be tagging the testimonials in certain groupings. You can search at the top of the group for whatever you need for your prospects, and then you'll be able to tag them in the testimonial. So that's really important. It's like when we go to shop on Amazon, we read all the testimonials before we buy something new, right? And so we want to just be able to create that raving fan testimonial group that'll really help a lot of you have strong customer bases as well.
Awesome. So they were the first two basics, right? End the program properly, get on a 90-point auto ship. Your next thing, your first thing that you're going to want to do in this business is to become what's called binary qualified. Okay, we have a binary compensation plan, which means you're going to build 2 legs. Every person you enroll will either drop to the bottom of your right leg or the bottom of your left leg. Now, in order to become binary qualified, you have to have 90 points of personally enrolled volume that could come from 1 customer, 1 affiliate, 10 customers, however many it is, but 90 points on the left, 90 points on the right, and then you ultimately need to be on an auto ship. Now it says here 40 points. Yes, that will qualify, make you binary qualified, but if you're fast tracking this thing, and if you're doing more than 200 points, which every one of you will be doing, it really comes down to a 90-point auto ship. So let's just call it 90, 90, 90. That 90-point triangle is going to be really important. The other thing that I would suggest you do, it's really important, is that you go to your back office, you go to My Account. Under My Account, you'll see Rotator Placement Tool, and then you can switch how you want your pre-enrollees and how you want your enrollments to go, whether it be the right or to the left or alternate. I would suggest each and every one of you set it up at alternate initially, because you're going to have to get binary qualified, number 1, and number 2, as time goes on, as you're building your business, inevitably, one leg will become larger than the other. And so when you see that happening, you're going to want to, change it to the left, change to the right, or keep it on alternate. But to me, the best practice is keeping it on the alternate. Okay. Now let's talk about launching your business, guys. As I mentioned earlier, you really want to create a sense of urgency in what you're doing here. This is a business, okay? And you have only have your first 30, 60, or 90 days once. And there's 3 things that I'll mention. I could talk about this all day. But the first thing is about creating what we call, or what I call anyhow, a network notebook. Now you can use index cards, which I actually use. I've used a network notebook in the past. But here's the thing, you want to create this list of people. You don't want to prejudge. You want to go into your database of starting with your phone A to Z, going through your email list, going through your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever it may be, and just write a big list of people. Write a couple hundred names down. Humor yourself and just do it. Don't worry about prejudging who they are, how long it's been since you spoke to them, what their interests are they business oriented, are they not? Don't worry about that. Just don't get in the position of thinking, oh, who can I go out and treat and diagnose? Oh, what vertical market can I really kind of tap into? That's not the way to think in this business, okay? Everybody's the same. Everybody's the same, and whether you lead with the product or the opportunity, that may change from person to person, but it's important to be organized when you launch your business, okay? I know many of you have done this already, but this is an ongoing thing. If you're truly gonna make a business out of this and treat it like a business, it can't be something, you can't be coming out with names that are just coming off the top of your head. And you gotta be organized in a way so you can help follow up, and the system incidentally helps you do that. So number one, create the network notebook. Number two, when you're launching this business, when you're doing this business, and this has become very, very apparent for me in the first week, you just need to become a professional tour guide, okay? All you're interested in doing is qualifying somebody where they raise their hand and say, yes, I have an interest. I'd love to learn about that. Or yes, I'll take that tour. Or you're looking for referrals? Sure, I'll do that. I'll look into that for you. And become a tour guide and let them know that, great, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you a link. It's to a landing page of my online marketing system. If you'd be so kind, place your name and email in there. And when you get on the other side, there's going to be a 4-step video tour. I just wanted you to take the time and watch all 4 videos. Will you do that for me? That's the tour guide, okay? And so you got to see and make sure. Now, again, I got a handful of pre-enrollees this week, actually quite a bit. But I was waking up this morning thinking, wait a minute, I didn't see so-and-so, or I didn't see so-and-so. So you do have to follow up, especially when you get compliance on it, to see if they've kind of opted in, right? But become that tour guide and walk them through ultimately all the way through the process to the follow-up where they either order product as a customer or become affiliate with you or give you a referral, okay? And then the third thing I mentioned about launching your business, and Dana, you can kind of elaborate on this after I'm done with this, but to create a leadership revolution, we want to create leaders. And the first leadership position is the 5K. And I know, if I spoke to Tyler ahead of time, I would have her kind of speak to this, but I know she's a little bit under the weather. But fast tracking to 5K and how you do that is a really important thing, okay? Now, some people will do it out of the gate. Some people may take a month. Some people may take 5 months. We're not judging here. We're just saying that's the mentality. That's the target that you want to look at, because we know that each and every one of you want a comma in your check. And so that should be part of your launch, your business mentality. Okay, Dana, does that make sense, or is there anything else I'm missing on?
Yeah, no, I love it. Everyone needs a goal right out of the gate, right? So let 5K be your first goal. That's the first ring in the ladder. And you come in, you get 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right. Keep it simple. Help them duplicate 2 people on their left, 2 people on their right. And it's just that needs to be the duplication process. But what's ultimately going to happen is you're going to get to 5K. And when you get that, when you get that and you stay at 5K for 3 months, the company has this huge amount of awesome bonuses they get you. And Tyler can tell you it's like $500 cash bonus or an iPad, $150 card credit a month. It's like global pool bonus once you've signed up for. It's pretty awesome, the perks that I've been finding out.
Yes,
So that's
totally
it,
awesome.
Tyler. If you do want to say something about how you did it, just unmute yourself, girl. If not, no worry.
Hey guys, I don't really have a whole voice, but I don't mind sharing. I'm feeling a lot better today. Thank you everybody for the well wishes too. I really appreciate it. So it was a total team effort. I probably enrolled 8 people on my own, but it's about all the people that we're enrolling, following up with them so they follow through with ordering their products and getting on auto ship. But it was a total team effort. It's because the people that I enrolled people, and then they enrolled people, and everybody got products. So exactly what you just said, Dana. It was just the compound effect of everybody following to here, get your products, do it again.
Excellent. Congratulations again, Tyler. That was great.
Thank you.
Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So let's talk about the system a little bit. Here's what's really powerful about the system, and I think what's powerful in our society today is that people want location freedom. People want to operate a business with very little overhead and operate it wherever they can, especially if they can do it from their phone. Okay, that's what people want. And so what's fascinating about this particular system is, number one, it's designed where you can be very strategic in changing your capture page, your funnel page, where the people you're speaking to. So it comes with dozens of lead generation funnel pages, capture pages. The other thing that's really awesome about it is the automation aspect of it. For those of you they're engaged in this, when you get somebody to enroll as a pre-enrollee, not only do they receive a fantastic letter from the company, from the system, but you receive a great letter and telling who they are, what their contact information is, so on and so forth. That information also goes into what do they call it? Geez, I can't even think. What the heck's it called? The thing in the back office where, oh my gosh, I'm brain dead. The contact manager. That's what it is. Sorry, the contact manager. And so you see everybody who really comes in and where they're at in the process. Now, as time goes on, especially if you're being an active enroller and you're doing this business the way you should be doing it, people are going to say, well, what's this? Who's this people being enrolled within my organization? That can happen. And it's really powerful. And the system also follows up to educate and inform the pre-enrollee of that information. So you guys mostly have seen it. If you haven't and you're brand new, get in your back office, go to websites, see your URLs, super, super powerful. So let's talk about some ways to really use this system in terms of contacting people. Again, one has to have like a no fear mentality of going out and reaching people. And what I mean, and the way you'll be able to develop that is when you completely disarm yourself of the outcome. You have to get away emotionally from the response people are going to have. We're not in the convincing business, guys, right? We're not in the convincing business. Secondly, you want to keep it real and authentic, okay? Again, we just want to be a professional tour guide in this thing, but you want to keep it real and authentic. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and you're asking them, hey, what do you know about CBD? I mean, that could be an opening question, qualifying question to have some open dialogue. One of the things that I think, especially if you're leading the business, that I'm really excited about is the opportunity we have to put people in a position where they can own and operate their own online CBD business. I gotta tell you, I mean, I've had a couple pretty powerful conversations with people who don't even know what network marketing is. And that's the lead I've gone into. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm in the network marketing profession and I represent a company that distributes an amazing array of health products, including, the fastest growing trend in the space, which is CBD. What do you know about CBD? And just have a dialogue. And I'm telling people, look, I can put you in business where you can own your own online CBD business with your own automated marketing system for less than $500. People are pretty excited about that. I mean, if that's getting somebody, and then of course the benefits of building a business, right? So I'm not here to tell you what to lead with in terms of the product or the opportunity. What I will tell you is that product consumption from consumers is the backbone of any business. But I can also tell you that I've been in this business for over 25 years. And the people who lead exclusively with product, the people who represent companies that are very product centric, are not getting as much leverage as they need. Okay, and so get real comfortable in leading with the opportunity. Okay, and so we don't have scripts for you guys. I mean, because I'm not saying scripts don't work, but everybody's tongue is different, right? So everybody's personality is different. I just think it's a function of having conversations, qualifying people, and understanding where they're at, and getting people to take the tour. That's really what it comes down to. Even if you go as far as saying, hey, I've started a new business. It's an online CBD business. You've heard of CBD, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for not only consumers to try these amazing products, which are risk-free, by the way, but the company is also looking for people to expand the company in Tampa. They're also looking for the company to expand the company in Pittsburgh, in Charleston, wherever that person may be. The company's looking to expand in that area. And so I don't know if it's for you, but would you do me a favor and go through my video tour and let me know what your thoughts are? Let me know who you know that may have an interest in this. Just take it away from people from the get-go. That's just been my forte over the years, because like you, I don't like to have rejection. I don't want to get in a debate with anybody, and I don't think you have to. All you have to do is get people to agree to take a tour. It's pretty darn straightforward. Again, you guys got your own ways about doing that. Obviously, there's different ways through social and among other things. But let people know you started a new business. Let people know what you're looking for. Now, here's the key to this whole thing. Okay, this is where you guys got. If you hear one thing from this morning, this is it. I would suggest that you gamify this business. Okay, everybody likes games. Everybody likes because it just makes it feel better. It makes it feel more controlled. And quite frankly, if you gamify it properly, you'll be much more successful. Now, the amazing thing about the back office that you have, the amazing thing about the system in general, is that you'll know whether if your business isn't growing, all you need to do is look at your back office or look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, very simple, how many pre-enrollees do I have today? How many pre-enrollees did I get this week? Okay, and that's gonna play a big role in your business. And I think the number of pre-enrollees that you have, that is your business barometer. That's your gauge. And it's very rare in network marketing where you can legitimately have that type of gauge, because that gauge really, for most people, it's in their head. For us, it's within the system. So if I'm ever working with any of you, just to be clear, and we're talking about your business and what's going on, any leader should be asking their people this: how many pre-enrollees have you done this week? Okay, and so you have to individually set a goal for yourself in terms of numbers. It's not about reaching a rank volume, right? And we know that's what you want to do. You want to hit 5K. We know you have to get 5,000 enrolled points, 50% enrolled, all that happy stuff. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to how many pre-enrollees. Now, we, as a team, in the first week, I think we had it was like 250 to 275 pre-enrollees, of which that translated into 200 new customers or affiliates coming in at all different levels. Here's what I want you to get your head around, is if that ratio holds, and I've asked a couple experienced, seasoned, 100, 250, and 500K affiliates in this program, what their ratios are, and they're telling me it does hold. It's north of 50%. So think about that for a moment. If you're going to get 10 pre-enrollees a week yourself, that give or take, if done right, you're going to have 5 new customers a week. But when you get leverage in a business and you have, 2 getting 2 getting 2 getting 2, or 4 getting 4 getting 4, however you break it down, and they're doing the same thing, and you get an organization of people doing 500 or 1,000 pre-enrollees per month or per week, or however you want to do it, you can really get a vision of what your business can be. So as individuals and as a team, that's going to be our barometer. How many pre-enrollees do we have? Okay, and that's why I say gamify it, because that's your gauge. And so if you're looking in your back office and you're looking at your team and you see that you've done 5 pre-enrollees for the week and your team's done 7 total, that's telling you very simply that the team, whomever you're working with, isn't really engaged in the way that they need to be engaged to A, make money for themselves, or B, to get leverage and build the business as a whole. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, guys. This is a really important thing. It's a big aha moment. I think it's a really big advantage we have with My Daily Choice in the system. And as a team, let's get that number into the thousands, because if we get into the thousands, you're going to have your percentage of that, right? And that percentage is going to translate into some pretty significant volume. So with that said, we've got, I hope you don't mind a screenshot, Dana. I was like going through your YouTube video and I'm like, oh man, like that one won't work. Oh, that one won't work. And then I'm thinking to myself like, well, this one's okay. And I was up against time, but I was like, okay, her pearly whites are there. It's all good. She's got her unboxing. Talk about going public on social, because this is an important piece, a really powerful component of it.
So I've been doing a whole lot of little clips for my stories, clips of unboxing my back box yesterday. I'm going to be putting this unboxing on social media. I'm writing an article now for Business for Home magazine announcing launching this business. So there's like a strategy behind going public on social media. But the best strategy is creating curiosity and educating, right? Adding value, creating curiosity, and attracting people to you. I love, there's a new Gabby Bernstein book called Being a Super Attractor. And I love that philosophy in social media. Letting your message be more important. The selfie is beautiful, but let the message in your post be about empowerment, inspiration, launching a business, following your heart, making the hard decisions for growth. And, you know, the messages are really important as far as the business goes. And then the product, what do you know about CBD? Educating on CBD is really amazing. Educating on essential oils is really amazing. So I have always been big on education as far as going public strategy. And then also network marketing training. That's another strategy that I've had. But the one thing I would say is don't forget that and I'm going to be posting it today, we have 1 week left in this first half month of our pre-launch. We only launched last Friday. So we've been doing 8 days. 275 pre-enrollees is pretty awesome. But we're actually doing a $500 for the person with the top personally enrolled BV. We're doing $250 for the second, and we're doing $100 for the third. So the top 3 with the most personally enrolled BV, that means you get your pre-enrollees, they take the video tour, they get their executive pack, that's 400 BV. You count up how much you've personally enrolled, which they have a personally enrolled list in your back office. We're giving away money for that promotion. So if you guys are running for it, drop a 1 in the chat below. So you can get people signed up with the $20. That's great, get their spot, but follow up with them and help them put their order in and help them be engaged, right? Get them in the Facebook group, help them to go public on social media. Because the going public, it's like people can't join you unless they know what you're doing. And so tiptoeing is fine, but it probably won't add to your list. Anyone that reaches out to you in your social media posts, you turn around, send them your pre-enrollee link and get them signed up so oh, you want to know what I'm doing? Put your email in here and take this video tour. And I'd love to know your feedback and your thoughts and your opinion on this. But I'm pretty excited about it. So that's kind of a really good, confident way to reply back when people ask you what you're doing.
Yeah, that's good feedback, Dana. I think, first of all, you did a great job on this unboxing. I think you set the pace for other people. And that's another reason for the executive pack, quite candidly, because it allows you to really show a lot of different products, okay? And I think the main thing when you do this is don't speak to HempWorx or My Daily Choice. You know, you don't have, it's not brand specific. It's your excitement about owning an online CBD business, including other product lines. Maybe it's the Mantra or the Hair Care or whatever it may be. But just, you know, people buy into the height of your enthusiasm versus the depth of your knowledge. People are going to inquire, especially if you're brand new to something like this, they will. And as time goes on, from a team perspective, we're going to help a lot with social media strategies and how to really leverage social media, how to engage with people that are engaging. That's really the key to this thing. So yeah, good stuff, Dana. Appreciate you doing that. So this is another piece that I would really recommend. I think if you guys have not done this already, each of you should go to hempworxgear.com. This magazine is really powerful. Okay, super powerful. Just get yourself a 10-pack. Don't go overboard, but get yourself a 10-pack of these magazines today, because our system's really good, but the truth is you're constantly coming across people in person. You should always have these magazines with you, and they tell the story of CBD really well. They tell the story of Josh and Jenna Swagel and My Daily Choice very well. There's all kinds of recipes in there. And then there's all kinds of really awesome success stories for people who have kind of paved the way before us. And that's really fun for me, by the way. I can't speak for Tana, but like, you know, in most of my endeavors in network marketing the last 25 years, unfortunately, all eyes were on me. I love the idea of walking into a company that's established, that's got a handful of people just doing extraordinarily well, and we can just kind of show up on the scene and do our thing and not be the issue and just stick to the basics of this business. I am excited about that. Excited about that a lot. So the team support, it's going to unfold, but it's there for the taking. So as I kind of said at the top of the Zoom, if you text OneTeamWorx to 46786, please do that. And please just embed that in your mind to help your newest affiliates do that as well. Walk them through the process. Not everybody is subscribed to a texting service in their day, so it may need a little hand holding. Definitely get invited to the OneTeamWorx Facebook page. And when you invite people and they get there, feel free to you know, welcome them publicly, acknowledge them, because we've got a pretty heart-centered group. They're going to feel a lot of love and they're going to feel included right out of the gate, which is a really powerful thing. And then as far as our weekly Zooms are concerned, we're going to plan weekly and implement daily. And you've heard me say that, some of you have heard me say that over the years. I think it's very, very applicable here, where like today, let's look at it this way. Today, you know, for this first 90 days, we'll do a Saturday training every week if it warrants it, if people like it, unless we come up with a really good recorded one. But sometimes it's really good to, you know, for people to get engaged and see things live. So that'll be our Saturday. But for here, our challenge for you is you've got today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, going into Thursday. You've got that 5-day period to go out and get as many pre-enrollees as you can to your business. And so look at like this week from, and it's kind of an odd kind of thing, but from Friday to like Thursday as kind of this, like, if I can use a farming analogy, this is the time of planting seeds and watering. So plant the seeds, plant as many seeds, and a seed plant consists of an actual contact. We've had a conversation and they said, yeah, I'd like to get more information. That allows you to introduce them to the system, plant the seed. The system itself will water that seed throughout the week, and then ultimately it comes to a harvest time, okay? And the one thing that it may take some time for us to get our cadence on because it's new is the harvest of Thursdays, you know, where people can upgrade as an affiliate by 12 midnight Pacific time. Otherwise, they're just going to fall to the bottom of the barrel. They're going to fall to the bottom of the leg. So there is a little bit of a sense of urgency. The system follows up for you and drips on them from an email perspective, but you're going to have to own the follow-up to physically follow somebody, see where their interest may be, answer any questions, maybe have a connect call to help them engage prior to being dropped to the bottom of the tree. Because if you're working, you know, on a team, you're working and building a team leg of your own, then there could be a very valid reason, you know, for ultimately doing that. So I kind of experienced that a little bit this week. And it was great. You know, a couple people actually reached out to me and said, hey, I got this deadline here. Tell me what that's about. And then I reached out to a couple other people and got them engaged. And that helped me get a couple extra enrollments on that Thursday. So super important. And then on Mondays, starting this Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have what I don't know if we're going to call it the Monday Mastermind. I just threw that up here. But this is going to be a gathering for the team. It's going to be a value-based gathering where we're going to every single week highlight success stories, have interviews, you know, provide some news you can use, a little bit of training. These aren't going to be long Zooms. These are going to be 30 minutes in length, but really to help set the tone for the particular week. Okay, so it's kind of our office hours, if you will. And they will be on Mondays. And then the rest of the time, we don't really feel it overly necessary, quite honestly, to over Zoom you with things. We may have special opportunity Zooms or gatherings. Like yesterday, for example, Josh did a state of the company address. We hit the limit. There was only 1,000 people, and boom, it hit it like within like 3 minutes. It hit 1,000 people showed up, which is great. And but no, we think the system's a solution. We think you're most productive with your time that you're focusing on this business to really focus on building. talking to people and stuff like that. So each and every week we'll have different skill sets and stuff like that. Dana, do you have anything to kind of add to that?
I mean, the one thing is make sure you're adding your people to the OneTeamWorx Facebook group. There's been a glitch in Facebook, so it's making it so they won't allow you to add the people from your phone. You have to do it from a laptop, so just keep that in mind. But there's a lot of people in our Messenger thread, and a lot haven't been added yet to the Facebook group. So we have the CBD Lounge, which is our one customer group, and OneTeamWorx Facebook group. And that's important because it's where we do recognition, it's where we do posts, it's where you can kind of be plugged in. Being plugged in is super important.
Totally. Hey, listen, to be lit up, you got to get plugged in, right? So staying plugged in is cool. So anyhow, let me just stop the screen share for a moment here. We can actually